Best pint of Guinness around Croke Park, part 2 in a 3-part series. Quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. If you're watching the channel long enough, you know that Manscaped has been there since day dot. Supporting your boy, one of the sole reasons why I'm doing this stuff full time. And so a bit of behind the scenes info. Manscaped will send me an ad script to read, but they don't really give a bollocks if I read it or not. But from time to time, I do like to look at the ads and read them out because Manscaped are an American company, so the stuff on the scripts is always just hilarious. With Manscaped, it's a fact that you'll have the best kept nutsack on the cul-de-sac. Do Not Read hosts a talk about how they approach taming their bush. I definitely don't go full hog, I can't lie. I put the little accessory clip onto the razor. Keep it respectable, like a 1 or 2 all over. Too much information. Fair enough. The grooming package I highly recommend is the Performance Package 4.0. Inside the package is the Lawnmower 4.0. The electric trimmer is a bush's worst nightmare. The trimmer is designed to reduce grooming accidents and shave hair on loose skin thanks to a ceramic blade and advanced skin-safe technology. It's basic landscaping. When you trim the tree stands taller, aka if you have a little Mickey, it'll look a little bit less little with a trim. You know the drill, lads. Use the code Pt.2 to get 20% off plus free shipping on everything at the Manscaped website, manscaped.com. Onto the pints. Okay lads, we're back for part 2 of the best pint of Guinness around Croke Park. Last week we did the sort of west side. This week it's more like the south side. So we're gonna do, I'm not gonna tell you what we're gonna do. Pub 1, Phil Ryan's Hogan Stand, of course, right beside the Hogan Stand entrance. Also a famous pub called Gill's just up the road, apparently only open on match days. Right lads, yeah, Phil Ryan's Hogan Stand. It's funny, your man at the bar is the same chap. I don't know if I even said it. I came here 3 years ago in the cozy days. I think we filmed it in like December. The video, there was something wrong with the video. We never posted it. We wanted to do a video. It just was a disaster. It didn't work out. But we did come here, and the man behind the bar, guess who? Same fella. He remembered the whole spiel. So yeah, he comped a pint himself, and then I said, "Can I please ask the price?" Just because the man of the people want to know. He said €5. I looked at him and go, I don't know if I believe this fella. €5 seems just very, very cheap, but if it's €5 then fair fucks to him. Looks very good, all-star glass, very clean glass. That head is perfect for me. Some people might argue a tiny bit big. I think a couple of mils above the harp is absolutely money for me. Dome is pretty bang on. 1 or 2 tiny little bubbles in the head, but nothing to complain about. You can see on the pint, the 21. If you don't know, then you know now. That means the pint glass is from 2021. You're welcome. What a guru. Show you again. This is Guru getting the angles. People are screaming now, drink it before it goes bad. Sláinte. I don't know if it's first one of the day syndrome, but that's beautiful. Here I am on a Wednesday afternoon with me girlfriend behind the camera, drinking pints in the pub, talking shite for a living. How did you get me here, lads? I don't know. The first thing I'm noticing is how, just like remembering doing this the last time, how nervous I was. I think I went outside the front back in the cozy days. Wouldn't have dreamt of bringing the camera into a pub. Pure little. Now it's stand up, chest out, shoulder to shoulder. You don't give a bollocks. Experience, lads, but you don't care about that, you just care about this. I'm a fan of that. Getting a slightly more, pure connoisseur talk now, getting a slight more roasted taste than possibly a regular pint of Guinness. But I do remember your man the last time we were here. It was literally 2019. He was saying on match days they just have a lad, and I'm sure plenty of pubs that get busy. I remember Kieran and the Gravedigger saying this as well on a Saturday night. One member of staff is literally just there, constantly pint, next one, and they're just keeping an eye. And obviously we all know it's a 2-part pour, which is probably a disaster on busy days because you have to keep an eye on the pints. And again, if let's just say I was to give this an 8 out of 10, it's probably not going to be an 8 out of 10 in the match day, because if you keep an eye on a pint, all the way through, the 119.5 seconds, all that bollocks, then you're obviously going to pour perfectly or to the best of your ability in that pub. But if you're there on a match day pouring 90 pints in one go, they're not going to be perfect. So that's why that's the possible problem with this Croke Park series. What I get is probably not what you're going to get on the match day, and that's when you're going to be here, but YOLO. Very good, very drinkable. Thick creamy rings forming on the inside of that glass. I asked myself, you're doing this 3 years now, are you fed up? I'm like, fuck, I'll do this for the next 60 years if I can get pints like that. That is good gear. It surprises me every time with these reviews how quick I drink these. Like, literally trying to, I think I said to myself before, I'm trying to keep each review under 5 minutes. Obviously sometimes I edit it and I just cut through the bullshit because I could be talking, especially when I'm by myself. I can cut through the bullshit because I'm talking for so long. But then when I have Miss Stewart behind the camera, I can kind of see in her eyes, she probably starts nodding off to sleep and I think, right, you're boring the shit out of everyone here, so wrap it up. Big fat, thick creamy head going all the way to the end. It's a thing of beauty, it's what we love to see. Again, obviously that's more likely to happen when you're drinking the thing in about 3 minutes like I am now. But again, you can get pints. You know a bad pint when the head just goes thin and bubbly and yellow after about 2 minutes. It's a sour pint, not fresh for me. That's good shit, that is good shit. Check the tash, and that's at the end. Stick test. A- for me. Just didn't reach the top, but a very, very good stick. Serious camera work. That for me. All-style glass, of course. All-style glass. Glass was sparkling clean. Head was good. Very impressive start, lads. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I really like that. Not a whole lot bad to say about it. Taste wise, could have had that slight more rich thickness to it, but it's a very good point, lad. Very impressed with that. Easily an 8.3 out of 10 in my book. Great start to the day. Croke Park Part 2. We march on. Right, lads, so Kat, can you just pan the camera around? I want you to get a sense of like the sort of, it's just usually pubs or say on main streets and stuff. This is so hidden, hence it's called a Hideout. The best pint around, I'll be the judge of that. Came here in 2019, again back in the cozy days. The pint was €4. Let's see what it is now. So here we are, lads, the Hideout house. As you can see, in the middle of, it must be the most residentially central, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. It's just in the middle of a load of gaffs basically, and it's absolutely mad. Okay, lads, the Hideout house. I'm gonna drink this now because it is fully settled. Could do with a tiny bit more damage for me, but it looks good. Very few bubbles in the head. Head is a great size. Glass could be 5% cleaner, but pretty perfect, good temperature, all-style glass. We're having a laugh. And wait till I tell you the best part. So when I said I struggled to believe the pint was €5 in Hogan's stand, in the Hogan stand, now I believe it, because guess how much this is. Have a guess right now. Think it in your head. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $4.70. You heard it right. And it's only gone up 70 cents in 3 years. Some pubs have gone up €2 in 3 years. So I honestly can't remember the last time I got a pint that was under €5. And the fact that we're in Dublin, I don't know, does it come into it that we're in the middle of a fucking housing estate? I don't know, but it's easy to research killers and killing. Decent pint. Decent pint. Initially probably not as good as the Hogan stand. I put it up on Instagram. I said there was like a list of 5 or 6 different pubs in this sort of area that I was thinking of going to. Give me your top three. and the Hogan stand here, L triangle, and the big tree kept coming up, so might have to just hit 4 of them. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do, but yeah, the only thing I'll say about this is it feels a little bit colder than maybe what I'm used to. Maybe it's a degree or 2 colder than possibly what I would like, but at the end of the day I would like it colder. I'd rather it be too cold than too warm, but they're both shite. Good point, not exceptional, but still, I'd still sit here and drink them all day. I'll happily go 7.7 on that, even though the shtick is going to be serious, but yeah. It's just like, I know when I'm holding it in my hand, it's kind of passing it from one hand to the other, possibly a little bit too cold, and could have been a little bit creamier. And 7.7, still a great score. On to the next. Okay, I've made it to Dorset Street. I'm at the big tree, which I'm told was closed down for years and only recently reopened. Does that mean the pints will have suffered in the meantime? Who knows? Let's see. Perfect size head, I would say. Good bit of damage on that. Romeo and Juliet. Very few bubbles in the head, couple of tiny ones, glass is clean, could be 1% cleaner. Head is borderline too big, but perfect for me. Actually, temperature feels perfect. The big tree is back. Okay, I'll be honest. I hope you can hear me as well. I never know with the music or what the fuck. But yeah, honest first thoughts. It looked a lot creamier, thicker, richer than it is. By no means a bad point, by no means a bad start to it, but yeah, was expecting sometimes you have to eat a pint because it looks so thick. But I don't know, I just got that feeling because the place is just newly opened. So they were closed for about the last 4 or 5 years apparently, new ownership. It looks totally done up in here. They're trying to keep that authentic feel to it. I'll be honest, I don't think I was ever in here. I might have been here back in the college days or something, but I don't remember what this place looked like. But it looks like a full, they ripped out the guts of it and replaced it, but tried to keep it looking authentic. So it looks good, but it just needs probably a few years of wear and tear to have that authentic pub feel to it. But it's a nice, lovely bar, big, but it's a lovely bar. Kind of wraps around. I can imagine being here on a GAA day, definitely heading up to Croke for the match. Yeah, really nice pub, really good job done with the interior decor. And again, pint was comped. 3 out of 3 comped pints today. I'll be hanging around this area more often in the future, lads. This one, but see, when I used to get the pint comped, I wouldn't ask the price. Now, whether it's comped or not, I include the price, and I don't. Obviously, I like to think I never have, but I don't change the score because it was comped. It's a really nice thing that someone would give you the pint for free. They know who you are, they know what you're doing, they know you're a clown. But at the end of the day, I just cannot let that. Maybe if it was something that costs 500 quid, at the end of the day, it's 5 or 6 quid, and I'm not going to let that. Have the business card with me, ready for action. I'm not going to let the fact that it's free improve the score, but maybe subconsciously it does. Who knows? I do try to pay most of the time, but sometimes I'm just like, nah. But anyway. Yeah, I just think it needs time. What the fuck, can't even see me. I got handheld. Mrs. Guru has fucked off into town to do a bit of shopping, so I'm going lone wolf for the last 2 pubs. Pint is decent, but yeah, just needs a bit of time. It's a very respectable 7.4 out of 10. A lot of room for improvement. but I think with time, if I came back here in a couple of years, once there's 1 trillion pints has gone through those lines and they've gone through about 4,000 million kegs, like most of the other pubs around Dublin, I'm sure you'd easily get an 8 out of this place. But for now, in the early days under new ownership, 7.4, room for improvement, decent pint. Right lads, last pub, I'm still on Dorset Street. It's like the wild west of Dublin out here. The L Triangle, can you hear me? The L Triangle. Go, jingle, jangle. I'm sure they're sick of that one. Right lads, I'm outside. I know it's very noisy, but it was very dark inside and there was actually a good few people in there as well, so just felt like a lot easier to come out and do it here. €4.50, I think we might have found the cheapest pint in fucking Dublin. €4.50 lads, are you taking a piss? Domage could be a tiny bit better, but it's actually pretty decent. Good size head, all-star glass, temperature is good, very few bubbles. Also it wasn't charged for the pint, but I had to ask how much was it. And yeah, €4.50, can you believe that? Yeah. Okay, we're grand. Pint in hand. Yeah, like I said, Dorset Street. Just an absolute. It's the Badlands. It's just a crazy area. It's just so hectic. I know it because the Ashburn bus when we used to come into town as us culchies call it, Dublin City Centre. You used to get the bus from Ashburn into Dublin City Centre. You drive down Dorset Street every time. I don't know if you can hear anything. The traffic is crazy. But anyway, let's talk about the pint. It's alright. I nearly had a fucking conniption when he said it was €4.50. Now again, he did say that's on the establishment. And I said, can I ask the price? €4.50. I remember doing a thing where I was looking for the cheapest pint in Dublin, and I did actually a very successful video. If I say so myself, I did Temple Bar, which was like $6.90, versus the Snug Bar on Stephen Street, which was $4.70. But this is actually cheaper, lads. This could be the cheapest pint in Dublin. Honest to God, €4.50. That is bizarre, bonkers. Now I won't lie, the pint is grand. It's not blowing my socks off, but for €4.50, I'd come here the whole time. It's such a bargain. I can understand why the place is busy inside. To be honest, shtick fairly non-existent, but I do think this pint is. I really hope you can hear me. I do think this pint is better than down in the Big Tree. Again, this pub has been here a long time, a lot of years. A lot of pints have flowed through those kegs, through those lines. And it is a nice pint despite the severe lack of shtick. There's just one little bit just hanging there. How are you? Right, score time. Pub 4 of 4. I was planning on only hitting 3 pubs today, but I had to hit 4 because I couldn't decide between the Big Tree and the L Triangle. This one's definitely better again. Very little shtick on her. It's about to piss rain in Dublin. The dark looming clouds are over me and I'm outside, so I gotta wrap this shit up. I'm gonna go 7.6 out of 10. Nothing to write home about, but a very decent pint. I would happily come here before a match and stroll 10 minutes into Croke for a pint of the black stuff. So that's been part 2. We've one more part to come. It's going to be, I guess you could say, the sort of east side, like more Drumcondra. So we're going to have Fagan's, Kennedy's and a pub called McGrath's in the next video. Hopefully that'll be out next week. Thank you for watching, lads. See you in the next video.